bumper crowd are expected here this afternoon as we welcome Bedford Blues to Ashton Gate for the second leg of the semi-final. Now, with a 29-point lead, Bristol will be hoping to get the job done and secure a place in those playoff finals. Let's hand over to Tom in the commentary box.
Thanks, Georgia. Well, Bristol have made 4 changes and some more positive news with several players returning from injury. Jack Lamb is listed in the back row as he recovers from a pec injury. The Samoan's been shortlisted for Championship Player of the Year. And Gareth Moore will make his first Championship start of the season after recovering from a long-term hamstring injury. And there's 3 academy players listed among the replacements, with Joe Joyce, Andy Wren and Nick Carpenter all potentially making their first appearance of the playoffs today. Evans at first receiver. It's just not wriggled clear enough to stretch for the line. Bedford think they might have turned this. Still Bristol ball, that pick and go off the back. We see the ball move now, stays with the forwards. An area that Bristol had total dominance last weekend, and Roberts sells a dummy, goes underneath the posts, and Bristol are on the score sheet first. Great sustained pressure, and it was that break from Nick Costa really that put them on the front foot. A huge hit earlier in the move from Jack Lamb that turned the ball over in the first place. And just ate up ground, carry after carry from the forwards, phase after phase. And Roberts sold an outrageous dummy. And he slots it, surprise, surprise. Bristol with a 7-point lead here. Perenisi, has he taken high? Dean Richards is happy. Bristol still have the ball. Sheedy, lovely ball to Arscott. Lemmy goes through, offloads Costa over the line. 2 tries in the space of 2 minutes for Bristol. Costa had a key role in the last one, and he's given the ball to finish the second. Lovely play once again from Bristol. That set piece really telling. Some great blocking work from Phillips to let Roberts get the ball away. Bristol then work their way up the field and slice through the Bedford defence. And Costa goes over the line for Bristol's second score. Two conversions for Callum Sheedy. Bristol are up to 14. Bristol scoring 2 tries in very quick succession. I've had the lion's share of possession as well. First time Bedford have visited the Bristol 22 since that try was disallowed, and Bedford try and set a drive up. It's met by stiff competition from Bristol. Bedford push back 10 metres. Now they start working their way forward. Back where they started. The backs are joining in now. They smell a try. It's all gone to ground. Richards' long blast on the whistle there. What's going to be said here? Richards calling Nick Costa over. Now Nick Costa goes to the bin. That sustained pressure from Bedford leads to the penalty try. 14-7. O'Connell does really well to wrap that ball up. Bedford were looking for that. Varndell flies up out of the line. Hits his man. Now Bedford think there might be some space on the other side of the field, so they switch it. But Bristol have closed that out well. The offload comes though, and this is Bedford's opportunity to get on the front foot. Lemmy's stuck out there on his own. And Bedford are over. Smart play from the visitors. That to draw the scores level. Bristol down to 13 men, of course, so there were always going to be holes out there. They held out for a very long period. A very long period. Sharp converts. Scores tied at 14-all. He's brought down. Bristol just building phases here. Moore, lovely half break from Moore, carrying defenders forwards with him. Phillips on the crash, but Roberts has done it again. Twice that's worked for him now, short of the line. That cheeky little dummy around the outside of the ruck. 2 tries for Martin Roberts. And Bristol, more importantly, back in the lead here at Ashton Gate. Returns from the bin and converts. Bristol 21, Bedford 14. Down Lemmy's channel, who then takes the ball over there on the far side of the field in the shade. Little chip from Lemmy that sits up, sat up really nicely for him. Now he needs support here. Comes Perenisi crash ball. Lemmy at scrum half now. Costa falls over. Now Roberts, Sheedy. Bristol sensing another try could be on here if it goes through the hands. Glynn keeps the ball in but goes inside to Mosses. They were queuing up outside him. Glynn had the insight to keep the ball in field with Mosses calling for it on his shoulder. And Bristol are over for the 4th score of the afternoon for them. 6 tries here so far in total. Resulted in Lemmy having the ball on the far side there. Little chip and chase. Ball sits up so nicely for him. And then a couple of passes later and Bristol have found space on the wing out here. And I've got their 4th try. Sheedy makes the conversion. And Bristol are just about shifting through the gears. Bedford trying to drive over the Bristol line. The final throws of this first half, they're over. They celebrate a score just before half time. Work on confirmation of the scorer. It was Paul Tupai. It gets over the line just before half time to give Bedford a chance of getting back in this game, but you can't help but feel on the aggregate score it's way, way beyond them. Bedford are carrying really well, gaining ground with every pick and go. Burns pushes the ball, Tupai. Now Bedford have got a bit of momentum going forward. Knocked on. Carl Trainer bounces on the ball. Bristol need it quick. Sheedy. Morgan. Slices through. Mosses. Goes inside to Van Dell, who's going to go over the line and seal the game off for Bristol. It was looking like it could well have been a scoreless second half. But everything just opened up after Bristol were gifted the ball, Bedford knocking it on. And Matthew Morgan with a turn of pace just to break through the defence. Offload to Ben Mosses. And then the insight to look back inside to Vandel, who crosses the line. And Bristol booked themselves a place in the playoff final. Sheedy's conversion is good, and he trots back into his half. Listen to those clappers that Bristol Rugby have laid out for the fans. Ball dropped, intercepted by Andy Uren, who's going for the line. Tapley on his shoulder, but has he done enough to evade him? Gets up after the tackle and scores to the right of the uprights. It looked for all intents and purpose that Tapley had him, but twice Uren got away from him. And the Bristol Rugby players congregate around the young man. Real celebrations. Bristol know they're in that playoff final. Sheedy adds the extras, 45-19 here at Ashton Gate. A good scrum from Bristol again. Bedford meeting it with some steely determination though. Phillips off the back, carrying really well. 3 men to bring him down. Uren looking for the ball, comes into touch. Is that the final play? It is. Dean Richards blows the final whistle here in this second leg semi-final, and Bristol Rugby book their place in the playoff final to face Doncaster Knights.
Job done then for Bristol, who look forward to a mouth-watering double-legged final against Doncaster Knights. All the action kicks off at Castle Park on Wednesday the 18th of May, and we'll be there with full coverage of the game. Now you can see all the reaction from today's game by clicking here. Now don't forget, tickets are on sale for that final at Ashton Gate, so make sure you secure your seat and pack the gate.